Hey you guys, welcome back to Let's Play Dangerous Waters. Alright, we're back for the conclusion of Bastion Gambit here. In the previous recording I kind of just gave up at this point, basically. I don't know why, but the mission's not over yet. We still gotta try and follow this Delta 4 until we get the mission complete here, so that's what I'm gonna do. So this time I was going a lot faster. I was averaging about 8 or 10 knots, so the Delta's in about the same position as it was before when the last video ended, and I have a lot better position on it, and I'm going 12 knots right now. And at 12 knots, the bow, the spherical still works, and the toad still works, but the conformal is shit now, but it doesn't really matter too much. So we still got our grease up here, just trolling on off in the other direction, and the Delta's holding pretty constant here with the easterly course at 15 knots. Solution's pretty good. And yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and follow him on into the contested waters here, because fuck it. America, that's why. So yeah, just gonna speed up some time here. I've been kind of doing this the whole time, just speeding up time and then watching the TMA and seeing if anything changes or whatever. Okay, well that's a little cause for concern. Oh no, it's just an active intercept. I keep forgetting that it's only going to do that automatically for the active intercepts here. So let's try and actually tighten this up a little bit. Take up station behind this Delta here. We probably don't even need the toad anymore because we're going to be behind him now, so we can probably just use the cylindrical the whole time. The spherical, I'm sorry. We are not Ruskies here, we're Americans here. But no matter. Yeah, we still got him on the toad. Right. Yeah, there he is right there. I don't know why there's no peak showing up in the signal down here, because it's a pretty strong signal up here, but whatever. And we got him over here on the spherical as well. There's a little bit of a bearing discrepancy here, as you can see. The strongest signal over here on the toad is at 136, and over here on the spherical you don't even pick them up until you get over to 138 or 140. So you can use that to your advantage for the triangulation thing going on. So as you can see, the Delta is pretty much on this line of triangulations here. So it does work. And there appears to be no deviation in his current course. This is just due to the fact that he came up with me and then is now passing me because he's going faster than me. He's still holding constant at 15 knots. Let me put a tracker back on him. Yep, still holding at 15 knots here. No change in course or speed. We can change this to an hour, and you can see the solution holds up pretty well against the test of time. And 4 hours, yeah, his whole entire contact history here. But it's not really that useful. You can just keep. I like to keep it on the 20-minute setting. You really don't need two more than that. And if you're trying to if he's doing a lot of radical maneuvers, you might even want a 10-minute setting. But it's obviously not as precise as the 20-minute setting or even the hour setting. So. Okay, so we're getting some new data right now. I just got a new spherical contact line here. We had the conformal lines, but since the conformal has washed out due to flow noise, we can no longer use that on our track, but no matter. Did I just do a turn? Oh yeah, I am doing a turn. So he's going to drop off our toad scope anyway, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and reel the scope back in here. I call it scope because it says scope right here, which I guess means how much of it is out, but it's really the toad array. Don't know why I always call it the scope. So yeah, we'll just be using the cylindrical from here on out. And we're slated to get to these waypoints somewhat soon, 44 minutes. That's 44 times 4 is 160 seconds, so about 2.5 minutes at 16 times speed we get down to this waypoint here. So let's go ahead and speed it up here and wait till the Delta decides to change course here. He's still heading the constant course and speed. Very good. Yep, no change really. And we'll just keep monitoring the TMA here. What do we got on Master 2? Master 2 is way the hell off back here. And the toad is in now, so we're not even going to be picking him up anymore. But yeah, he's off there somewhere. Back off here somewhere. And the toad is in already. Yeah, so we won't be getting any more on him, but he's heading away. He's no longer an issue for us. And no one seems to have counter-detected us even moving at 12 knots, so I guess we are that quiet. Alright, the Delta should be turning here soon, if I remember correctly. If he is going to be going into these contested waters, he should indeed be turning soon. But still holding present course and speed. And we're moving in. We're actually pretty close to him. I don't know if we need to be going 12 knots.
Make turns for 10 knots, maneuvering on.
I would like to try and get him back on the conformal. That would be nice, but the conformal still kind of washed out at 10 knots. But it's not as bad as it was. Let's go down to... Whoa, did I just have him on here for a second? Thought I did. If we go down to 8 knots, maybe 9 knots is the cutoff. It's either 8 or 9 knots is the cutoff for the conformal going to shit.
9 knots, maneuvering on.
Okay, 9 is still pretty crappy. What's my bearing on? Oh, that's why I'm not even finding him. 127. That was because he's in the baffles of the conformal anyway, so it doesn't even matter. So, back to 12 knots with E.
Make turns for 12 knots, maneuvering on.
Nope, he is still going present course and speed, still holding pretty constant there. Just nitpicking the solution, really refining it up here. And we got these characters off all the way out, all the hell out, so far away, basically, is what I'm trying to say. They're very far away. They're probably not going... Well, let's assume a speed of 5 knots here for these guys. And it drags them all the way back. We're going downtown. Put him like all... Oh, did not enter the solution. Oh, it still has him as being right there. Oh, very well. That's still very far away. And Sierra 8, same story. Same story, Bray. Really far way the hell back there. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and say they're further away than that, just because their signal strength isn't that high right now on their active pings. Master 1 changing course yet? Nope, still seems to be holding a constant course and speed here. We are pulling up. I actually may want to slow down to 10 knots just to try and prevent a little bit of counter, because I am pretty close to him. I'm very close. And I'm not necessarily in his baffles here. So maybe I'll slow it down to 8 knots. Slow it down to 8 knots here. Let's come this way. I want to try and get him back on the conformal here just for the sake of it. It can be useful. Well, I don't really know how useful it's going to be. They pretty much give you the same bearing. But if he was close enough, we would... Actually, he is pretty close. We probably will be able to get intersections with the conformal, because this is the conformal right here. And then the spherical's up here, obviously. And then the toad goes way the hell back, but no matter. So we should have reacquired him on the conformal now. Yep, there he is. And he's still holding constant course and speed. Very good. Not deviating at all. I wonder when he's going to make his turn here. Just have to wait and see. Now, it looks like Sierra 7 and Sierra 8 are coming to me, but if you've... Based on the pings that we were getting earlier from the Grisha and the pings we're getting now, they're still pretty far away. The signal strength isn't that terribly high. But the delta is still... Okay, and I found out PBB is obviously broadband, and then PNB is narrowband, so... There you go. So that tells you if it's a broadband or a narrowband contact, but you should know that based on what you classify. But yeah, he's still going constant here. And our course changes are reaffirming that too. So sometimes if you have like a constant fan out like this and you don't really know speed, or if you do know speed but you can still like fit it up to multiple solutions, a course change will help you really refine down a solution there. Really help you figure out what he's doing. So we'll be coming up to this turn shortly, pretty sharp turn to the south. We should be able to keep him in our spherical and our conformal with such a turn. I think we've actually lost him in the conformal now. Still got him on the spherical, somewhere in here. Right there. Yep, Mr. Delta 4. Still in 15 knots. Has he turned? Still has not turned. Very interesting indeed. He still has not turned. Oh. Okay, he just turned. Speak of the frickin' devil. Alright, hold that range constant. Let's try and maneuver this around here. Maneuver around to here. So he has turned. He has started his turn. And we are very close. And we will be turning ourselves too to continue our track very shortly here. Any second now. Yeah, that we probably got that most recent contact line during the middle of his turn. He's probably heading more subtly than that. And our own turn will help reaffirm this. Yeah, he turned more subtly, you can see here. Range does not need to be held constant. I'm sure it's a little further away. So we bring it up this way here, and then, yeah. He has made a turn for the south. Yeah, and we got a pretty decent, the team A's been pretty good here. You have a pretty decent history going on, so he might actually even be a little further. This is good enough. We'll go with this for now. Bearing 125. And he slowed down. He slowed down to 12 knots, which is very good. It's fine with me. Okay, and then that goes ahead and reaffirms the solution there. It makes it actually a little more makes it a little more subtly than originally anticipated. So that's good. We should officially be in his baffles now, I believe. But we'll let the solution go for a little bit more. I get some more contact lines and firm that up for you there. I believe he is once again in my baffles on the conformal here. Yep. Okay. I thought we'd have the conformal at our disposal, but nope. He's like right on the cusp of it. So baffles like start right there, and we're slightly picking him up, but not that much. Still got him on the spherical very well. If I put the toad out, I could probably pick these guys up on the toad potentially. Let's actually go ahead and do that. No. How deep am I? Let's go up to 120.
Make my depth.
And yeah, we're about to get a little ballsy here. Balls to the wall, follow this delta into the contested Soviet waters. But we're technically still in international waters, even though it's very, very on the edge of how much we actually are in international waters here. So let's just go ahead and speed up some time, let some slack come out of the toad. Oh, too much slack. Off. It's probably just because I was changing depth and it's coming out at the same time. Yeah, I should have picked up by now. Yeah, that's good enough slack on the toad there. That's fine. Are we indeed picking those guys up on the toad? I don't think so. Let's check out the narrowband. Oh, we are in fact actually picking them up on the toad. And I'm pretty sure those are Grishas as well. But we can check. Grisha, looks like a pretty good lineup so far. 317 on the frequency. Yeah. If you come down here, you can actually drag the mouse along too, and it'll still like drag it up there, so you can see down here that they line up perfectly. So it looks like we are picking them up. They are indeed Grishas. Could it be Nostroshimi? I don't know. Let's check. And as you can see, we have two contacts here. We have the one on this side, which is stronger here, but then you bring it to this side, and then this black line gets a little stronger over here. Probably two different contacts here.
Sonar, I have a new contact. Bearing 099.
Where's this first one? First one's back over this way. It's actually saying it's the same contact. They're probably very close to each other or something. What was it, Sierra 9? Where's Sierra 9? Whoa. Why are you showing up all the way over there? That's kind of weird. We are picking up someone else here. I don't know who this is. This is all very weird. Are these guys heading for me? I haven't really been paying attention to their solutions lately. Sierra 7. Maybe I should be paying attention to their solutions. They appear to have sped up and are heading the same direction I am. So I don't know if that means they're interceptor reaching me or they're going to be meeting up with this delta here. I don't know. Haven't been paying attention to these solutions. That's not good. Not good at all. Alright, let's go and turn yourself up here. No, he might even be closer. Or just going faster. It seems like he's going faster. Might be going like 15 knots here. Jeez. Jeez, man. Well, it looks like they're meeting up to rendezvous with the delta here. That's not good news for us. I mean, we are going 8 knots. I think we should be able to maintain this speed and still keep track of the delta because he's slowed down. But he is still pulling away, and we have to be aware of that fact that he is still pulling away from us. Let's go back to Master 1 and try and refine this solution a little bit here. Let's see. Okay, hold a constant 12 knots here. Let's see. Let's really zoom in and try and refine this daddy right here. I mean, that looks good to me right there. That looks good. And it pretty much holds up with what we had before, so there you go. But it looks like these Grishas, or whatever the hell they are, moving into Escort that's Delta here or some shit, so we have to pay attention to that. Let's see what Sierra 9 is on. It's because it's from one of these contacts, but we're not exactly sure which one. We just have to bring it up and see which one lines up here. Let's actually put it back on the hour scale. Yeah, there's lots of crap here. He was holding pretty constant, and then we got stuff from all over the place. Yeah, bring it back to the 20-minute. Sierra 9, did you line up? You do indeed, kind of. What about Sierra 8? Sierra 9. Well, you also kind of line up too. I'm not exactly sure which one it's of. I'm not sure. We'll just leave it the way it is right now. Let's actually refine these solutions a little bit. They probably are going close to 15 knots here, these guys. Should put him right around back here. This front bearing needs to be a little more accurate. They might have changed course, or they could have had speed changes in there or something. Go to Sierra 8, but they are going to be generally heading towards... Sierra 8's not as active with the pinging. They are going to be heading towards the Delta here. So yeah, the two of them, those fucks, hello, howdy doody. And Sierra 9 doesn't really seem to be lining up with any of them now at this point. Let's see if we can reacquire these schmucks. It looks like we have two different contacts here, but I can't be too entirely... Well, I mean, we're definitely going to be picking up the two of them, but if they are like that close together, it's going to be hard to distinguish between them. And no sign of them on the towed array, even at long interval. At least on the broadband, rather. The reason you want to put this to long interval is that the computer is able to... It lets the computer, the simulated computer at least, of the sonar, it allows it to more easily establish a trend line, because during the short term there's like a lot of noise and stuff that can make it harder to like actually like try and differentiate what's really there and what's not. But the intermediate and long range scales give you lets you see trends easier, so that's why you want to use those. And Mr. Master's going ahead and chuckling along here. I almost want to move like further over this way and try to keep these creatures from contacting me, but if they are going that fast, then I don't think they're going to be picking me up. Let's get Master 1 back on the bow here. Yep, still churning along 12 knots. Very well, Mr. 1. 12 knots. Maybe a little course change, maybe a little of this, a little of that. Hello? Yeah, back to... Yeah. It's pretty, he's going this way. This is pretty constant here. So let's just go ahead and speed up some time then. And these rulers are not staying where they're supposed to be staying, which is kind of frustrating, but they are constant coursing it up here. But Sierra 7 is quickly going away and not really coming back. Sierra 8, the one that's pinging? Who's pinging? Oh, we're getting pings from the west. Pings from the west. Does our old friend Master 2 come back to reacquire us here? Interesting. Well, he does appear to be going at a very similar speed to us, and obviously the same direction. He could be anywhere. Probably closer back here. He might be returning to port. Or some shit. Let's see here. I mean, this one would a course change would help with this guy, but not really a big concern for us. He's probably like all the way back here, returning back to Gremija. Probably returning to port or some shit, because those are pretty faint pings off in the distance there. But that's probably what he's doing. Returning to port. He just went out on a little patrol and now he's coming back. So there you go. What about these guys? History on them. Okay, they were obviously probably more up this way than out there, but whatever. No matter. Oh, we're losing the delta on the... Oh, whoa. Is he just, like, getting that far away from us? He should be still pretty strong on the narrowband. I shouldn't have to worry about losing him, really. Yeah, still got him on the narrowband pretty good. It's fine. Master 1. Yeah, solely spherical now, I think. I guess we might have been picking him up on the toad before or something. But yeah, he's holding constant here. Constant course, constant speed. Going south. Right into the old White Sea here. Or heading for the White Sea. We're still technically in the Barents Sea. Approaching the Gorlo Strait. Isn't there?